Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today's session is about mean, mode, median and range. Mean, mode, median and range is quite important for 11 plus and sets. So we can go in more detail about mean, mode, median and range, and we'll try to solve questions about all these four areas. Let's start from mean first. So what is mean? Normally we represent mean by ME. And mean is equal to total number of quantities divided by sum of all quantities divided by total number of quantities. So ME is equal to sum mean addition. So add up all quantities. So sum of all quantities divided by total numbers of quantities. So mean is ME, sum of all quantities divided by total number of quantities. Another name is used for mean is that is called average. So if the question comes about average, so you can use the same formulation for average as well. Average means sum of all quantities divided by total number of quantities. Now we try to solve a question about mean. For example, we can see is question is, we have a set of numbers. For example, 3, 5, 10, then 6, then 4, then 2, then 1. If this set is provided, and we have to find the mean value of this set, we follow the formulation set, sum of all quantities, sum of all numbers. So we have to add up all these numbers together, and then the formulation set divided by total number of quantities. So I mean how many quantities, how many numbers actually we have in this series. So we can see here, we have, how many numbers we have? So we have 1, we have 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So it means we have total quantities is 7. Okay, now we can put all these values into formulation. So formulation is ME. So we have to add up all these numbers together. So we say 3, add 5, add 10, add 6, add 4, add 2, add 1, divided by 7. Why? Because the total quantities are 7 in this question. So we can see is 3 plus 5 is 8, 8 plus 10 is 18, and plus 6 is 24, plus 4 is 28, plus 2 is 30, plus 1 is 31. So it is 31 over 7. Now, we have to find the division of 31 over 7. So we see here, this is 31, this is 7. How many times 7 go in 31? So it goes 4 times. So 4 times is 28. And then we can see is 31 take away 28 is 3. Now we put decimal here and we add 0 at the end, again 4 times. So it is 28, and we have 2 here. And then we again add 0, so it's go 2 times, and it's make 14. So now we have 6 take away and we have to add 0 again. So 7 times 8 is 56. And then we have 4 and 0, and then we can say is 7 times 5 is 35. So if you can go like that, this is carry on like that, then it's hard to find the mean value in these cases. So we take the first two value of after decimal, and that is 4.42. So the mean value is 4.42 in this case. So this is the mean values. So overall summary is sum of all quantities divided by total number of quantities. If you know all the quantities, you have to add all those quantities together and divide by, you have to find how many numbers you have in the sets, and you can easily find the mean values. Okay, so what is mode? Mode is mostly repeated number. If we have a set of numbers, for example, in that set we have many numbers inside, and we try to see which number is quite often repeated. We can see is, for example, we have a set of numbers and the set is many numbers, they are repeated. But then we can find the number which is mostly repeated. The number which is mostly repeated, that is called mode. For example, we have a set of numbers. I can write the numbers here. Is 3, 5, 10, 2, 6, 3, 10, 5, 9, 8, and 3. You can see this set. This is quite a long set. So the first job is trying to write on this set in ascending order. So we see which numbers come first. I can circle numbers quickly. So I can say is, this is 2. So how many times 2 is repeated? Just only one time. So I have to write in 2 ones, comma. Then we can see is after 2, which numbers come 3. So 3 is how many times 3 repeats? 1, 2, 3. So I have to write down 3 times. Then we have to go towards next number is 4. We can't find 4 in this series. Then it's 5. 5 is repeated 2 times. So we have to write down 5 2 times. Then which numbers comes after is 6. So and we see how many times 6 is repeated. So 6 is only 1 time repeated. So we have to write down 6 once. Then we have to see is what number is repeated. We have 8. 7 we can't see there is 8 is 1 time repeated. So we have to write down 8 here. Then after 8 is 9. 9 is 1 time repeated. So we have to write down 9 1 time. Then after 9, which numbers come is 10, and 10 is 2 time repeated. So we have to write down 10 2 times. Now we can easily see this set of series. We have 2, 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, and 10. So we can see here we have 3 numbers. Those are repeated in this set. One is 3, other is 5, and the last one is 10. 3 is repeated 3 times, 5 is repeated 2 times, and 10 is repeated 2 times as well. So it means 3 is repeated mostly. So 3 is mode in this case. So I can write down is mode is 3. Why 3? We get 3 is repeated mostly. That's why 3 is the mode in this series. So this is straightforward because if the set of numbers is given. But in 11 plus exams and SAT exams, sometimes they can give you mode question in the form of a different way. Sometimes they can give you the bar chart, pie chart, or sometimes they can give you a different type of figures, and you have to solve the mode value from that kind of figures or from that kind of charts. Okay, let's go towards those charts. Okay, so what is mode? Mode is mostly repeated number. If we have a set of numbers, for example, in that set we have many numbers inside and we try to see which number is quite often repeated. We can see is, for example, we have a set of numbers and the set is many numbers, they are repeated. But then we can find the number which is mostly repeated. The number which is mostly repeated, that is called mode. For example, we have a set of numbers. I can write the numbers here. Is 3, 5, 10, 2, 6, 3, 10, 5, 9, 8, and 3. You can see this set. This is quite a long set. So the first job is trying to write on this set in ascending order. So we see which numbers come first. I can circle numbers quickly. So I can say is, this is 2. So how many times 2 is repeated? Just only one time. So I have to write in 2 ones, comma. Then we can see is after 2, which numbers come 3. So 3 is how many times 3 repeats? 1, 2, 3. So I have to write down 3 times. Then we have to go towards next number is 4. We can't find 4 in this series. Then it's 5. 5 is repeated 2 times. So we have to write down 5 2 times. Then which numbers comes after is 6. So and we see how many times 6 is repeated. So 6 is only 1 time repeated. So we have to write down 6 once. Then we have to see is what number is repeated. We have 8. 7 we can't see there is 8 is 1 time repeated. So we have to write down 8 here. Then after 8 is 9. 9 is 1 time repeated. So we have to write down 9 1 time. Then after 9, which numbers come is 10, and 10 is 2 times repeated. So we have to write down 10 2 times. Now we can easily see this set of series. We have 2, 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, and 10. So we can see here we have 3 numbers. Those are repeated in this set. One is 3, other is 5, and the last one is 10. 3 is repeated 3 times, 5 is repeated 2 times, and 10 is repeated 2 times as well. So it means 3 is repeated mostly. So 3 is mode in this case. So I can write down is mode is 3. Why 3? Because 3 is repeated mostly. That's why 3 is the mode in this series. So this is straightforward because if the set of numbers is given. But in 11 plus exam and SAT exam, sometimes they can give you mode question in the form of a different way. Sometimes they can give you the bar chart, pie chart, or sometimes they can give you a different type of figures, and you have to solve the mode value from that kind of figures or from that kind of charts. Okay, let's go towards those charts. Okay, so next question is, we have 3 figures. One is figure 1. In figure 1 is bar chart is provided. In figure 2 is pie chart is provided. In figure 3 is a triangle, but is a shaded triangle. So we have to make slices of triangle. We have to cut those triangle into many parts. So okay, so now we can see is how we can find the mode in figure 1 and figure 2 and figure 3, how we can calculate mode in all these 3 figures. We already learned what is mode is. Mode is mostly repeated number. If you can see on figure 1, we have A value in terms of bar chart. Then we can see B in terms of bar chart, and then we can see the value of C in terms of bar chart. So we can see so which bar chart have a bigger height and a more area actually. And we can see is A comparatively B and C have more area. So it means anything which is enclosed by A is mostly repeated comparatively to B and C. So figure 1 mode is A. Then we can try to find in figure 2 what is a mode in figure 2. So in pie chart we have A, B, C, D. So 4 different areas in this pie chart. And we can see the area of D is much higher than B, C and A. So it means anything which is enclosed by D is mostly repeated comparatively to A, B and C. So in figure 2 mode is D. Now we can go towards figure 3. Figure 3 is a triangle. So we have different part of triangles 1, 2, 3 and 4. And we try to compare all these 4 parts areas. So we can see 4 area is smaller than 3 and 3 is smaller than 2 and 2 is smaller than 1. So it means mostly repeated area. The number which is mostly repeated, that definitely present in 1. Why? It has more area. So mode in figure 3 is 1. Median means middle number. If we have a set of numbers and we try to find what number is the middle one, that will be the median. For example, in median we have 2 cases. One is a set of numbers which have odd numbers and another set which have even numbers. So we have to go both ways. We can say we start from even case first. Even case. Even case means when we have a set of numbers which have even number of quantities. For example, I write in here that how we can find the middle number, median in even case. I have a number 3, 5, 7, 8, 10 and 2. Now we can see how many number actually we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, then this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. So it means we have even number of quantities. So if we have even number of quantities, how we can find the median? So we have to start from this one first. The first job is you have to write the set of numbers in ascending order. So now we can write in ascending order. So 2 comes first, 2, then 3, then 5, then 7, then 8, then 10. Okay, when you have even number of quantities, then you have to take 2 middle number for median. So in this case, after ascending order, which 2 numbers are in the middle? Those are 5 and 7. So I can highlight those number is 5 and 7. So what we can do is we have to add up all these 2 number divided by 2. Basically, you have to find the mean of those 2 number. So mean is you have to add up those 2 quantities. How many quantities you have? 2, so divide by 2. So this is 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 over 2 as is equal to 3.5. So 3.5 is median in case of even set of numbers. Okay, now we can find the median, and we already know median is the middle number. And we calculate how we can calculate the median if the set of numbers in odd. Basically, if the quantity of numbers in odd, so we can find the middle number or median. I write down here is any set of number which have odd number of quantities. For example, I write down 3, 10, 5, 2, then 1, then 4, then 7. Now we can see is how many quantities actually we have. So we see here, this is our first quantities, second, third, fourth, 5, 6, and 7. This means we have odd number of quantities. And when we have odd number of quantities, how we can find the middle number? First job is you have to write down all these numbers in ascending order. So we have to see which number comes first. 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 7 and 10. In odd, you have to find the middle number. So this is 7. So we have to see 3 on one side, 3 on the other side. One number is left over in the middle, that is 4. So 4 is, in this case, is the median. So we can easily find when we have odd number of set. So 4 is a median. Maximum value take away minimum value. Okay, next topic is range. What the range is? Maximum value take away minimum value. We have a set of numbers and we have to find what value is the maximum, and then we have to find another value which is the least or minimum value in the set. And then what we can do is we have to do take away maximum from minimum. What the result comes, that will be the range of the set. In range, especially range in 11% set, they can ask you in different ways. Sometimes they can give you a different type of charts. In a chart or graph, they can give you different values. In a graph, especially, you have to make sure there are two axes. One is x-axis, other is y-axis. You see the corresponding value, x and y. For every single event, for every single term, for every single parameter, variable, whatever they can provide you, you have to find the x and y value. And then when you know the x and y value, you see is the maximum value or maximum range for each individual in a graph, and then try to find the minimum value of each individual in a graph, and then find the difference. That gives you the range for different numbers, the range for different activities, the range for different operations, the range different process. So that's the way you can easily find the range. So in exam, they never give you set of numbers. If they can give you set of numbers, you can easily find the range, but normally they can give you the range question in terms of graphs, and we can try to solve those questions as well at the end. Okay, now we can start range question from set of numbers first to learn the concept how we can calculate the range. For example, we have a set of numbers 3, 5, 10, 2, and 20. The best job is you have to find the maximum value in this set. So we can see is the maximum value is 20 and minimum value is 2 in this set. So range will be maximum value take away minimum value. So we can say 20 take away 2, and that is 18, sorry. So range is 18 for this set. Now we try to solve range question in terms of graph. We already know range is maximum value take away minimum value. We have a graph. In this graph, the different value is represented by different colors. One value is represented by A, and A is represented by different colors. B is represented by different colors. Value C is represented by different colors, and value D is represented by different colors. And we try to calculate the range. So in this question, the examiner asks you to find the least range and the maximum range. But we have to calculate all the range. So we can see which have the maximum range, which have minimum range in this graph. Okay, let's start from A first. If you can see, the A is, the maximum value of A is 30. So I can say is A, so maximum value is 30. Take away, so minimum value, if you can draw here, this is 4. So 30 take away 4 is, that is equal to 26. Okay, so range for A is 26. Now we can find the range for B. We see the range for B is the maximum value for B is 16, and minimum now we try to solve range question in terms of graph. We already know range is maximum value take away minimum value. We have a graph. In this graph, the different value is represented by different colors. One value is represented by A, and A is represented by different colors. B is represented by different colors. Value C is represented by different colors, and value D is represented by different colors. And we try to calculate the range. So in this question, the examiner asks you to find the least range and the maximum range. But we have to calculate all the range. So we can see which have the maximum range, which have minimum range in this graph. Okay, let's start from A first. If you can see, the A is, the maximum value of A is 30. So I can say is A, so maximum value is 30. Take away, so minimum value, if you can draw here, this is 4. So 30 take away 4 is, that is equal to 26. Okay, so range for A is 26. Now we can find the range for B. We see the range for B is, the maximum value for B is 16, and the minimum value is 7. So 16 take away 7, that is 9. Now we can go towards find the C. The range for C is, minimum value is 0 and maximum value is 20. So we can say 20 take away 0 is 20. Now we can go towards D. If you can see, the range for D is, the maximum value for D is 40 and minimum value for D is 30 and range is 10. Okay, now we can compare which have the maximum range. The maximum range is A, that is 26. So we can say this is the maximum range. And the minimum range is B, Y is 9. So we can see is, if they can ask you which have range 20, which have range 10, they can ask you anyway. And they can ask you whatever way they can ask. So you have to understand the range question properly, the range concept properly. The range means maximum take away minimum. And so this is the minimum range. If you like my session, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.